Kyle Self here at Fan Expo Toronto, making my way around, on my way to play some PS4. It's gonna be awesome. I'll let you guys know how it goes. Shit's crazy, there's costumes everywhere, people having a great time. Gonna get some XboxOne in later. Hopefully these lineups aren't too long. I'll let you know how it goes. Okay guys, here's some Drive Club gameplay. This isn't me playing, but I got to play shortly after this guy did. And this game is tough to just pick up and play. It is a racing simulator, much like Gran Turismo. It's not like, arcadey like Need for Speed, which is what I like personally. If you like those sim types of games, then this game might be great for you. But look at this guy spinning out and everything like that. Everybody was doing it. Basically, everybody that played this game looked like a complete noob, including myself. It is not easy to play. It might look easy when the developers and stuff like that are giving demos of it, but it really isn't easy to play. The game looks beautiful, the graphics are awesome, but I wasn't too impressed. Knack looks pretty good. The graphics look beautiful in the cartoony sort of way. Even though I'm not a huge fan of the cartoony graphics in video games, this game looked really nice. It had a weird uniqueness to it. Game looks like it'll be a lot of fun to play, but it probably won't be one that it joins my gaming collection because I'm not a huge fan of these cartoony type of platformers. But you never know. I might be in the mood for something different one day and pick it up. Like I said, it has a uniqueness to it that I haven't really seen in other games, and the game does look pretty nice. It's got some pretty crisp graphics, so it looks pretty nice. Assassin's Creed 4. This game looks nice too. I mean, all these games look beautiful. They all look next gen. The graphics looked amazing. The gameplay, although, was a little boring to watch. I never got to play Assassin's Creed 4, but it was a little boring to watch. I kept, wanting them to go do the sword fighting and stuff. And once the hand-to-hand combat got going, it got a little more exciting, a little more interesting to watch. But I feel this whole battleship scene is a little bland. Here's the PS4 controller. I only got to videotape it for a couple seconds, and then the guy came over and told me I wasn't allowed to. But it was nice, man. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the controller a little later, and I'm going to mention the Xbox One controller as well. Here's the shell for the Xbox One. It is big, guys. You're going to have to make room for it. Here's Rise. Much like Assassin's Creed 4, the gameplay looked a little bland, looked a little repetitive. The game was a little glitchy too. I'm not sure why, but it had its little glitchy moments. But overall, the game still looked really nice. I don't know. Anyway, I'm just going to leave you off with some of the some images from the Fan Expo, some different costumes and stuff that I managed to get some footage of. There's the Batman clan there. And yeah, so I'll be back in a minute or two to discuss some more about the controllers. Okay, so let's talk a bit about the improvements to the controllers. The DualShock 4. big improvements over the DualShock 3. I really like the DualShock 3. I think that the PlayStation brand controller is tried and true. It's had the same basic design since the 90s. I mean, they know what they're doing when it comes to building controllers. The DualShock 4, it felt lighter when I picked it up. It definitely fits better in my hands. It's easier to hold. It's way more contoured. I mean, I know you guys have heard all this stuff before if you watch any of these controller reviewers or whatever. The analog sticks are smaller, but they feel better. They feel like they'll give you more precise movements. The grip on the back felt real nice. It wasn't, it didn't feel weird like sandpaper or anything. It felt natural, but it's going to give you a nice firm grip on the controller. The D-pad, although the D-pad on the DualShock 3 was already amazing, they did improve on it even more so. The D-pad is amazing on this controller. Overall, it had lots of big improvements. Very happy with the DualShock 4. The Xbox One controller felt very much like the 360 controller, which is not a bad thing at all. The thing was very comfortable to hold. It basically just cradles right in your hand. There's a big improvement to the D-pad, which was one of Microsoft's biggest controller blunders in my opinion. The D-pad, although it's not quite at the level that the Sony D-pad is at, basically because Sony has a patent on their D-pad, the Microsoft D-pad now is much, much better, much more responsive. Playing a game like Killer Instinct where you're using the D-pad, it was awesome. I'm glad they fixed that. It was a big problem for the Xbox 360 controller in my opinion. Both controllers were amazing. I couldn't really say which one was better than the other. They were both amazing. They both had big improvements over their previous controllers. If I had to choose which one was better, I know I'm going to sound biased and I know I'm going to sound like a fanboy, but I got to go with the Sony controller. Basically because I do not like the offset analog sticks that the Microsoft brand puts on their controllers. I just feel like it's not ergonomically fitting to my hands. I feel like the PlayStation controller just fits more naturally. All the buttons are in a more natural position, whereas that analog stick on the Xbox controller, the left analog stick, you gotta reach your thumb over to grab it. Not a big difference at all. Not a big problem. Both these controllers are great. You guys are gonna love whichever one you get. I really enjoyed using them. They were both really fucking awesome. So let me just talk a little bit about the games that I saw and played. I got to play Drive Club for PS4 and Killer Instinct for Xbox One. Overall, I think the best games of the day that I witnessed and or played were Assassin's Creed 4, Knack, and Forza 5. Drive Club, even though I played it, it really didn't impress me too much. Graphically, it was great, but gameplay-wise, I didn't really like it. I didn't get to play Forza 5, but watching other people play it just looked like it was a better game. I don't know for sure, but that's just what it seemed to me. That was the impression I got. Assassin's Creed 4 to me looked better than Rise, and Knack to me looked better than Killer Instinct. So bottom line is I'm really not even interested in any of these games, to be honest with you. I really just wanted to hold those controllers and try them out. It was great getting a chance to do that, and it's really awesome that I got to get a hands-on look at these consoles and try them out for the first time.
Alright guys, that's my time. Just leaving Fan Expo Toronto right now. It was awesome in there, lots of wicked costumes, awesome stuff. Got to play some Xbox One, got to play some PlayStation 4. It was pretty sweet. Can't wait for these consoles to come out. It's gonna be great. Gonna stay down here and enjoy the rest of Toronto. Beautiful weather outside. Lots of great people out here. The streets are packed. Everyone's having a great time. I love it. If you've never been to Toronto, I suggest you come. It's a beautiful city. Alright guys, thanks a lot for watching. I'm gonna bid you adieu and stay tuned for more videos from me in the future. Vile Self out. Peace.